Sometimes we are just looking to follow a direction, something that differs from open-world games or RPGs that clearly offer overwhelming exploration and decision-making to advance in the game. But on the other hand, we don't want to deal with it right now. Instead, we want an amazing experience focused on a more linear path. If you feel like you are in that moment, you are in the right video. We'll show you the 20 breathtaking linear games that are totally worth playing. Let's start with the game number 20. Soma is not just a game, it's an experience that leaves a lasting impression, blending psychological horror with a deeply philosophical narrative. Set in an underwater research facility, the game immediately immerses you in an oppressive atmosphere filled with unsettling sounds and eerie visuals. As Simon, you wake up in this nightmare, piecing together the events that led to humanity's downfall, while grappling with questions of consciousness and identity. Unlike traditional horror games, Soma doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, it uses its meticulously crafted environment and story to create a constant sense of dread. Gameplay focuses on exploration, solving environmental puzzles, and avoiding monstrous enemies that you cannot fight. The lack of combat adds to the tension, forcing you to rely on stealth and wit to survive. This game truly stands out in its thought-provoking themes, asking players to reflect on the nature of existence and what it means to be human. If you enjoyed games like Amnesia: The Dark Descent, you'll find Soma to be a hauntingly memorable journey. Evil West brings a fresh take to the action genre by combining the grit of classic westerns with the supernatural chaos of battling vampires and otherworldly creatures. You play as Jesse Rentier, a gunslinger tasked with saving the frontier from a vampiric plague. The game feels like a blend of Red Dead Redemption's western charm with the over-the-top combat of Doom. The gameplay focuses on explosive, fast-paced combat, mixing brutal melee strikes with powerful ranged weapons. Jesse's electrified gauntlet not only delivers devastating punches, but also lets you chain combos for maximum carnage. The variety in enemy design keeps battles exciting, challenging you to adapt your tactics as new threats emerge. Each encounter feels like a high-stakes showdown straight out of a Hollywood Western. While the story may not reach groundbreaking levels, the game's focus on gameplay ensures a thrilling experience from start to finish. The diverse locations, ranging from dusty towns to haunted forests, add visual flair, and the linear structure keeps the action tight and engaging. If you've been craving a fast-paced, vampire-hunting western, Evil West delivers exactly that. Devil May Cry 5 is the pinnacle of stylish action games, delivering fluid combat and larger-than-life characters that redefine the hack-and-slash genre. You take control of 3 playable characters: Nero, Dante, and V, each offering distinct combat styles and weapons. The linear structure ensures the game stays laser-focused on delivering incredible action sequences and cinematic flair. Combat in Devil May Cry 5 is a masterclass in creativity and precision. Nero wields his powerful Devil Breakers, a series of mechanical arms with unique abilities, while Dante's arsenal of swords, guns, and even a motorcycle-turned weapon lets you unleash devastating combos. V, on the other hand, relies on summoning spectral creatures to fight for him, offering a completely different playstyle. The game rewards experimentation, encouraging players to chain stylish attacks for higher rankings. Visually, the game is stunning, with detailed environments and flashy animations that make every battle a spectacle. Paired with a heart-pounding soundtrack that adapts to your performance, Devil May Cry 5 is a must-play for fans of action-packed games. If you enjoyed titles like Bayonetta or earlier entries in the series, this game takes everything to the next level. Resident Evil Village masterfully blends survival horror with action, creating an experience that appeals to both longtime fans of the series and newcomers. You step into the shoes of Ethan Winters, a desperate father searching for his kidnapped daughter in a mysterious European village. The game draws inspiration from Resident Evil 4, combining tense exploration, resource management, and fast-paced combat in a beautifully crafted, linear progression. The variety in gameplay keeps things fresh, from the towering Lady Dimitrescu stalking you through her gothic castle to the heart-pounding shootouts in the village square. Every moment feels meticulously designed. The game also introduces unique enemy types, each requiring a different approach to defeat. The environments are incredibly detailed, immersing you in a world filled with dread and mystery. While some may argue that the balance between horror and action leans too heavily toward the latter, Resident Evil Village excels at delivering a cinematic and tightly paced experience. It's a game that feels like a blockbuster movie, with twists, turns, and unforgettable moments around every corner.
Ethan Winters.
Mr. Winters.
Ethan. Poor Ethan.
Dead Space 2 is a survival horror masterpiece that takes everything great about the original and amplifies it. You return as Isaac Clarke, navigating the Sprawl, a massive space station overrun by horrifying necromorphs. The game's linear structure ensures relentless pacing, throwing you into tense encounters and cinematic set pieces that leave little room to breathe. Combat is both brutal and strategic, as you use Isaac's engineering tools, like the iconic plasma cutter and the line gun, to dismember enemies and ensure they stay down. Zero-gravity segments and new weapon upgrades keep the gameplay fresh, while the addition of humanizing moments for Isaac deepens the narrative. The Sprawl itself is a character, with dimly lit corridors, eerie soundscapes, and unsettling visuals that keep you constantly on edge. While Dead Space 2 leans more toward action than its predecessor, it never sacrifices the horror elements that make the series iconic. Titanfall 2 is the definition of a hidden gem, boasting one of the best single-player campaigns in first-person shooter history. You play as Jack Cooper, a soldier who forms an unlikely bond with BT-7274, a sentient Titan, on a mission that spans breathtaking environments and heart-pounding action. The game's level design is nothing short of genius. Each mission introduces new mechanics, from wall running and double jumping to mind-bending time travel puzzles. The combat seamlessly blends fast-paced shooting with moments of strategic Titan combat, where you pilot BT to unleash devastating firepower. The dynamic between Jack and BT adds an emotional layer to the story, making their journey feel personal and impactful. Despite being overshadowed by its multiplayer focus at launch, the campaign in Titanfall 2 has become a standout example of what single-player FPS experiences can achieve. It's a game that's easy to pick up and impossible to put down, making it a must-play for fans of the genre.
Stand by for Titanfall.
BioShock Infinite takes you to Columbia, a floating city that hides dark secrets beneath its utopian surface. You play as Booker DeWitt, tasked with rescuing Elizabeth, a young woman with mysterious powers, from the clutches of the city's authoritarian leaders. The game's linear narrative keeps the story focused, allowing for moments of emotional depth and jaw-dropping twists. Combat combines traditional FPS mechanics with the use of vigors, powers that let you electrify, burn, or throw enemies into the air. The addition of skylines, rails that let you zip across the city during battles, adds a verticality that makes combat feel fresh and dynamic. Elizabeth herself isn't just a companion. She actively aids you in combat by providing supplies and opening dimensional rifts. While some fans of the original BioShock may miss the darker, more claustrophobic settings, BioShock Infinite makes up for it with its stunning visuals, thought-provoking themes, and unforgettable narrative. It's a game that leaves a lasting impression long after the credits roll. Fury is a fast-paced boss rush game that delivers intense one-on-one battles. You play as a mysterious prisoner fighting your way to freedom by taking on a series of powerful guardians, each with unique abilities and fighting styles. The game's combat is a mix of hack-and-slash melee mechanics and bullet hell shooting, demanding quick reflexes and adaptability. Each boss fight feels like a puzzle, requiring you to learn attack patterns and exploit openings. The controls are tight and responsive, making every dodge, parry, and strike feel satisfying. The neon-soaked visuals and pulsating electronic soundtrack create a hypnotic atmosphere that draws you into its surreal world. While its difficulty may be a barrier for some, Fury is a rewarding experience for players who love a challenge. It's a game where every victory feels earned, making it a standout in the action genre.
Excellent choice.
Kena Bridge of Spirits is a visually stunning action-adventure game that feels like playing a Pixar movie. You take on the role of Kena, a spirit guide helping lost souls find peace in a world teeming with magic and danger. The linear progression ensures the story remains focused, delivering a heartfelt narrative filled with emotional moments. Combat combines fluid melee and ranged attacks with the help of your adorable spirit companions, the Rot. These creatures aren't just for show, they play a crucial role in both puzzles and battles, allowing you to unleash powerful abilities. The environments are richly detailed, ranging from tranquil forests to ancient ruins, each brimming with charm and character. While the game doesn't reinvent the action-adventure genre, its polished gameplay, stunning visuals, and touching story make Kena Bridge of Spirits a memorable experience for all players. Dante's Inferno reimagines the classic poem as an action-packed hack-and-slash adventure. You play as Dante, a crusader descending through the 9 circles of hell to rescue his beloved Beatrice. The game's linear design keeps the focus on its dark, twisted environments, each representing a different sin. Combat is heavily inspired by the first God of War, featuring fast-paced battles with a mix of combos, finishers, and supernatural abilities. Dante's Scythe and Holy Cross provide a satisfying arsenal for taking down grotesque enemies, while the upgrade system allows for customization of your playstyle. The level design is both grotesque and fascinating, immersing you in a world that's as horrifying as it is captivating. While it doesn't quite reach the heights of its inspirations, Dante's Inferno is a solid action game that offers a unique take on its source material. It's a dark, thrilling ride that fans of hack-and-slash games won't want to miss. There are 10 more awesome games to watch. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed until here. Bramble the Mountain King is a dark yet enchanting adventure inspired by Nordic folklore. You step into the role of Ola, a young boy venturing through a world filled with magical landscapes and terrifying creatures to save his sister. The game strikes a balance between serene beauty and spine-chilling horror, making every moment unpredictable and captivating. The gameplay offers a mix of platforming, stealth, and puzzles, immersing you in its fairy tale-like world. As you encounter creatures pulled straight from Scandinavian legends, the tension builds, especially during sequences where stealth and quick thinking are your only tools for survival. The game's environments are beautifully crafted, transitioning seamlessly between peaceful meadows and eerie, shadowy forests. While combat is minimal, the atmosphere, storytelling, and unique visuals more than compensate, creating an unforgettable experience for fans of dark fantasy and folklore. My Friend Pedro is pure chaos wrapped in stylish gunplay and absurd humor. You're guided by Pedro, a talking banana, through a series of levels filled with enemies, explosions, and slow-motion acrobatics. The game feels like a playable action movie, blending creativity and carnage in a way that keeps every moment entertaining. The combat mechanics are where My Friend Pedro truly shines. You'll ricochet bullets off frying pans, perform flips while dual-wielding pistols, and dodge through showers of enemy fire, all in glorious slow motion. The linear level design ensures each stage introduces fresh challenges and opportunities to experiment with its dynamic combat system. What sets this game apart is its freedom of expression. Every encounter feels like a puzzle, where you decide how to chain together stylish kills and combos. The quirky narrative and Pedro's commentary add a layer of humor, making this an action game like no other. Gears 5 takes the iconic third-person shooter series to new heights with its refined gameplay, expanded story, and breathtaking visuals. This time, the narrative shifts focus to Kate Diaz, a character grappling with her mysterious connection to the Locust Horde. The story explores themes of identity, loss, and loyalty, making it one of the most emotionally engaging entries in the series. The game's linear progression is interspersed with semi-open world segments, providing just enough freedom to explore without detracting from the intense action. Combat in Gears 5 remains as satisfying as ever, with the hallmark cover-based mechanics feeling more fluid and polished. The game introduces new weapons, abilities, and enemy types, keeping encounters dynamic and challenging. Kate's new gadgets add strategic depth to firefights, letting you stun enemies, retrieve items, or provide shields. The addition of vehicular exploration in expansive hub areas brings variety to the pacing, offering a mix of intense skirmishes and quieter moments of discovery. The game's cooperative mode, allowing players to team up and tackle the campaign together, adds another layer of replayability. Rise of the Tomb Raider takes everything fans love about Lara Croft and elevates it with stunning visuals, thrilling action, and intricate puzzles. You follow Lara on a quest to uncover the secrets of immortality, battling both the elements and a ruthless organization known as Trinity. The game's semi-linear design allows for exploration without sacrificing its tightly focused narrative. Combat is versatile, offering a mix of stealth, ranged weaponry, and close-quarters combat. Lara's resourcefulness shines as you craft arrows, explosives, and traps to outwit your enemies. The tombs are a particular highlight, featuring elaborate puzzles that reward exploration and patience. The attention to detail in every aspect of the game, from its lush environments to its gripping story, makes it a standout in the action-adventure genre. Whether you're scaling icy cliffs or delving into ancient ruins, Rise of the Tomb Raider delivers an experience that feels both epic and personal.
Oh, no, no!
Doom doesn't just revive the legendary franchise, it redefines fast-paced first-person shooters. As the Doom Slayer, you're unleashed on hordes of demons from hell in a relentless battle for survival. The game's linear level design ensures that the action never slows down, keeping you constantly moving and shooting. The combat is all about momentum. You're encouraged to stay aggressive, using glory kills to regain health and chaining together weapon combos to clear out enemies. The arsenal of weapons, from the iconic shotgun to the devastating BFG, makes every fight feel empowering and satisfying. The dynamic enemy AI ensures no two encounters play out the same, keeping the gameplay fresh throughout. The heavy metal soundtrack fuels the adrenaline, while the hellish environments immerse you in its chaotic world. If you're looking for a shooter that's all about pure, unrelenting action, Doom is the gold standard. Rise, Son of Rome is a cinematic spectacle that takes you into the heart of ancient Rome's brutal conflicts. You play as Marius Titus, a Roman soldier seeking revenge after his family's murder. The game's linear narrative keeps the focus on its gripping story, delivering an experience that feels like a playable historical epic. The combat emphasizes timing and execution, with a mix of sword strikes, shield bashes, and cinematic finishing moves. While the mechanics can feel repetitive, the game compensates with its stunning visuals and epic scale. Battles take place in breathtaking locations, from the towering walls of Rome to the misty shores of Britannia. Beyond its action, Rise offers a glimpse into the grandeur and brutality of Roman warfare. The game's attention to detail in its environments and character designs adds authenticity, making it a must-play for fans of historical action games. Lies of P offers a Souls-like twist on the tale of Pinocchio, blending a hauntingly beautiful world with challenging and rewarding gameplay. You play as a mechanical puppet, navigating a decaying city filled with hostile automatons and twisted foes. The linear progression ensures that every encounter and location is meticulously crafted. Combat is deliberate and methodical, requiring precise timing and a deep understanding of enemy patterns. The customization system allows you to tailor your weapons and abilities, adding depth to the gameplay. The game's aesthetic, inspired by Belle Epoque art and horror, creates an atmosphere that's as captivating as it is unsettling. With its challenging difficulty and rich world-building, Lies of P feels like a fresh take on the action RPG genre. Fans of games like Bloodborne or Dark Souls will find a lot to love in its gothic storytelling and intense combat. Max Payne 3 is a gritty, emotionally charged shooter that combines hard-hitting action with a deeply personal story. Set in São Paulo, Brazil, you play as Max, a washed-up cop-turned-bodyguard drawn into a web of crime and corruption. The linear narrative keeps the focus on Max's descent into chaos, delivering one unforgettable moment after another. The game's signature bullet time mechanic elevates its combat, allowing you to dive through the air and take out enemies in cinematic slow motion. The gunplay is precise and satisfying, with every firefight feeling intense and immersive. The environments, from opulent mansions to sprawling favelas, add variety and authenticity to the experience. Max Payne 3 stands out for its narrative. Max's inner monologues and the game's visual style create a noir-like atmosphere that's rare in modern shooters. It's a raw, gripping experience that sticks with you long after the credits roll. Stray is a heartfelt adventure that offers a fresh perspective on exploration by putting you in the paws of a stray cat. Set in a dystopian city populated by robots, the game's linear narrative leads you through a world that's both charming and melancholic. Gameplay emphasizes exploration, stealth, and environmental puzzles, all designed to make you feel like a real cat. From nimbly leaping across rooftops to curling up for a nap, the mechanics are simple yet engaging. The world itself is beautifully crafted, with neon-lit alleys and quiet, atmospheric interiors that tell a story without words. While combat is minimal, the emotional depth of Stray is its biggest strength. It's a game that immerses you in its unique world and leaves a lasting impression, making it a must-play for those seeking something different. Guardians of the Galaxy is a narrative-driven action game that captures the humor and high-energy adventure of its source material. You are Star-Lord, leading the ragtag team on a galaxy-spanning journey filled with emotional moments and explosive action. Combat is team-based, with Star-Lord using his dual blasters while issuing commands to the other Guardians, each of whom brings unique abilities to the fight. Which one of these games will you play next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more gaming content, and check out our next video on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.